Hello everybody and welcome to this League of Legends Shoutcast, in which I will be your host, Gaffer Cake. I have nobody joining me today, but as you can see we have a game ready and prepping up, teams locked in. We're on a 3-minute delay and I'm going to quickly talk about these team comps. For the blue side, we can see that we have in the top lane the Fiora choosing not to run the teleport up against a Xin Zhao, who is also choosing to run the Ignite for the lane pressure over the teleport for global pressure. It's going to be very interesting to see who's able to get the upper hand, as I suspect that both of these top laners expected the other to take teleport, because that is the normal top lane similar these days. In the jungle we have a Maokai versus a Mumu matchup. Maokai high in sustain in the jungle, while a Mumu needs quite a bit of mana. If he gets invaded along the split buff early, could be disastrous. Up in the mid lane we got two different assassins, one AD, one AP. Blue side we got Zed, gonna be dashing around with Shadow's Unseen Blade, is the deadliest. And then we have Ahri, gonna be charming, yeah, that sweetly, sickly smile, not the nine-tailed fox. Gotta give it up for her. Down the bot lane we have the fight of the hyper AD carries. Sadly it's not Jinx. We got Tristana versus the Kog'Maw. Tristana, one of the most favourite AD carries for AD carry players nowadays. Kog'Maw fallen out of favour a bit, but in my opinion still a strong AD carry that if you get him to late game will be able to work wonders. And the support we have, a fairly common Janna nowadays, has received a lot of hype with the World Championships. Koreans have been playing her a lot and utilising her very well. I'll have to see if the Thresh will be able to keep up with her, landing the hooks, the flays, the plays. The box has to go down early to stop the Kog'Maw escaping, because there are no blinks on the bottom side of this map for the purple team. Alright guys, we've got 30 seconds, and the summoners are actually equal on both sides. We have an Ignite, both mid lane, top lane, and then both AD carries have taken the heal with the exhaust for the supports. Now, I feel like Zed has to take the Ignite, but the Ahri definitely could have taken exhaust here. The exhaust will lower the MR of the Zed, making it easier to kill. We're going to jump into the loading screen. Be right back. Alright guys, we are back in the loading screen, and we can see that these people are going to load us in pretty quickly. Diamond borders, gold borders, silver borders from absolutely everywhere. Skins get wins, guy. We got 3 on the purple side. Lion Dance Kog'Maw, Warring Kingdoms, Xin Zhao, Saz Robot and Mumu, Night Raven Fiora for the blue side, Rocket Girl Tristana. I like to say names just in case you like the look of them, like the look of the skin in game, so you can know which one to buy. We do have quite a bit of CC coming out from the purple side here. We do have the Xin Zhao knock-up from his Q plus E combo. We have the Janna Tornadoes. We have the Amumu ultimate Curse of the Sad Money, plus his Bandage Shots does a small bit of stun and damage. Ahri has a charm to land up from her, so there's quite a bit to set up of Ahri for her full combo, and we are already onto the Summoner's Rift, guys. I am pumped for this game. We can already see pretty standard items coming out. I don't really expect to see too much differentiating from the normalities I expect. Warding totems on everyone I expect. Probably Dorans plus machetes. Longsword on Zed because that is the normal.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
From what we see here, it does not look like it's going to be too offensive of a sauce. Going to be fairly defensive with no early aggression. But there is going to be a Maokai planting his children so his children can give him the vision. If there was to be any action, it will be going on down in this
30
bottom half of
seconds
the map.
until minions spawn.
Currently 2 people AFK for blue team. This could be disastrous. I will cast the 3v5, the 4v5. Fresh. So Kog'Maw actually standing fairly close to this Tristana. I wanted to know if the bot lane is going to be coming through this way, attempting a red seal. I highly doubt it because Mumu is going to be needing this blue buff. Mumu, as we all know, cannot function without a blue buff. And it does not look like Fresh is here yet. No. Could be a problem. Is it because he's AFK, or is it just... Looks like it's just because he's AFK, but... Hopefully blue team can get this issue sorted fairly quickly. And that will be Fresh coming into the game. It'll only be a minute. It won't be 30 seconds or so late. So Ahri already establishing dominance in that mid lane, to be expected. Fiora hanging out by her turret. Don't know what she is waiting for. She might be lagging and or just waiting, biding her time. Tristana able to farm, but that is a lot of damage onto the Tristana. Kog'Maw just able to sit there with the Janna shields on top of him, able to just take all of the damage, but Kog'Maw has lost quite a bit of CS from just doing that. So while he did get quite a bit of trade damage onto the Tristana able to just heal up with that health potion. Bit of damage going up into Fiora, up in the top lane. You did manage to get quite a bit of damage onto the Tristana, but losing a few CS. Tristana did also lose quite a bit of CS, but I'd rather go for CS over damage onto my enemy AD carry. Just realised that I haven't yet done this. My apologies. And that is sorted. So we see already up in the top lane, Xin Zhao giving this Fiora a very hard time. 10 CS difference this early in the game is actually crucial. Might be Kog'Maw going down. The exhaust did go onto him. Shield goes onto him, so he does not get the flay. The Tristana heal, but will it be Kog'Maw getting the final hit? The flash from both AD carries to let Kog'Maw get the final hit. But will Fresh will be able to flash the final auto attack from the Kog'Maw. Janna will stop the chase, but that will be a first blood over to a Kog'Maw, which is not going to be the thing that you want in this lane. Tristana needs to be keeping this Kog'Maw down early game. Otherwise, Kog'Maw, I feel, is still a bigger threat late game. Fiora trying to get some damage. The double parry coming onto the Xin Zhao. Not much being traded back until that comes back. The challenge passive from the Xin Zhao allows him to get quite a bit of damage. The Talon strikes, I believe it is. Audacious. Alright. Malka coming in for the counter gang, and that will just be, well, Xin Zhao would try to initiate with the 3 Talon Strike plus Audacious Charge combo onto the Fiora. Maokai managed to come up in lane, snare him so he just can't escape, and that will be the flash being forced from from Ahri. Ahri being pretty low on mana, not being able to do much in the lane, and that was just Zed going aggressive. He has the long sword, but is being able to keep up pretty well in lane, despite being versus a ranged champion. I mean, a melee champion versus a ranged champion. Looking at what this Janna boss went Janna backed, it's fairly interesting to see. She did in fact go for a pink ward, which I'm interested to see which places are. And a health crystal. That might just be for the... Ooh, nice hook and flay and a few auto attacks onto the Kog'Maw there. Just a nice little trade damage. The ruby crystal, just because Janna died so quickly in the last engage. Well, no. Janna actually didn't die. But Janna, she's been getting low and she doesn't have a heal. She only has a shield. So the bit of extra tanky stats will not go amiss in this lane. Especially with Fresh's empowers auto attacks thanks to his Flay. Hook landing onto a minion will actually still get the 3-second reduced cooldown thanks to the second passive on the Thresh. But that is quite a bit of damage going onto the Kog'Maw. Tristana refusing Lantern. The rocket jump will he the Flame lands, and that will be Thresh actually taking the kill onto the Kog'Maw. Janna is low on mana. Will the hook will connect and will Flay as well, and that will be Tristana just managing to land enough auto attacks onto the Janna to make the kill happen. Janna wastes her flash. Did have the exhaust up, I believe it was up while Tristana was auto attacking her. Could have saved her life if she had used that exhaust. I do believe it only just came up though, so that is where you have to be careful and know when your summoners are coming up, guys. If you know that summoner's coming up in 15 seconds, it will work out for you. A lot of minion damage actually going on towards the Xin Zhao. Fiora just using her ults, plus the tons of minion damage, plus the parry, into an entire combo onto the Xin Zhao just to make it work. And in the mid lane, that was just Ahri going in on the Zed, managing to get a charm so that the tower was actually able to get a shot in, allowing the tower to do 200 hits of damage, and just made killing Zed that much easier. Up in the top lane, we see Fiora just pushing in, probably going to be able to get this top turret, which is going to be a nice little bonus gold for the blue side. Are we going to be picking up her own? Ooh, yep, she's got it. Are going to be picking up her blue buff, which is going to allow her to spam out some of more of those abilities. Speaking of abilities, Zed has 4 longswords. That's an ability. So Zed just wants the pure attack damage. So he's put 4 longswords, and he's probably going to be upgrading those into stuff like Vampiric Scepters, Brutalizers, I suspect. Blades of the Moon King. More likely going to be a Brutalizer than Blades of the Moon King. Maybe some other stuff as well. So Janna managing to keep a little bit of extra water support, but Maokai will be coming in, but he does not have much in the way of health. He just went in and took quite a bit of damage, and that's all that actually happened there. The rest of Maokai's spot lane not able to follow up too spectacularly. Thresh looked like he was going for a hook there, but Ahri manages to land the charm, gets the Foxfire out, gets the Orb of Deception. Few auto attacks, Orb of Deception does not land the last time. Could have been very close to a kill if that did actually land. Kog'Maw able to get his E, I believe. No, his W out onto the Tristana. The extra auto attack range, outscaling the Tristana this early in game. She does not have her max range yet. And that was Ahri finishing the job she tried earlier. Xin Zhao, audacious charge, managed to get his full 3-time strike. Hook lands, ult goes down from Thresh, exhaust, flash from both AD carries, heal from the Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw will just survive. That was a flash from somebody, I believe it was from the Thresh, just absolutely randomly, no point in it. But it was a hook into a flame into a box. Only way it was getting out was a flash at the right time, and that's what Kog'Maw managed to do. Caustic Spell, right? Oh, and that is 3-time strike, landing onto the Fiora. The single targets. Since there's nobody to share the damage, he will take the full brunt of the Fiora ult, which at this point is doing quite a bit of damage with the pickaxe and the longsword in the inventory of the Fiora, compared to just double Doran and longsword from the Xin Zhao. 3-0 up in the top lane, and I feel like Amumu should probably get up to that top lane before it's too late. Ahri is also running away with the game. 2 kills for herself. Almost finished that Deathfire Grasp. while Zed comes to the bot lane, manages to get a shadow down, few abilities down onto the bot lane, but it will be the Amumu. The Zed manages to flash into Deathmark onto the Kog'Maw, will actually be able to assist in killing the Kog'Maw. The Kog'Maw passive will do quite a bit of damage to the Zed, not quite enough to damage him. Maokai just juking it out here with the Ahri, manages to flash away, does not actually get the extra damage from his ult. Ahri flashes away, the charm hits, and that will be Ahri gaining those double buffs. But will Fiora be able to kill? I feel like Fiora can tower dive this Xin Zhao, and as I say it happens. That will be Xin Zhao falling. Nobody up for the Fiora. Fiora will just back away, leaving the minions to die to the turret. All around the map there, fairly even in terms of kills. Most notable, of course, will be Ahri finishing her Deathfire Grasp, which will allow her to one-shot basically anyone on the blue team. It will, pardon me, it will definitely be an adventure to see just how much damage she's actually putting out. Fiora, on the other hand, has picked up the majority of her Ravenous Hydra, actually just has a pickaxe left, the components to a Tiamat and a Vampiric Scepter. Quite a bit of damage going on to the Kog'Maw, manages to get flayed. The shield does go down, but the damage over time from the Tristana, he manages to do a little bit more damage. Thresh is going in for all of these plays, doesn't get knocked up. The hook lands onto the Kog'Maw, and that will be all it needs. The exhaust goes down to the Kog'Maw, gets locked into the box. Yes, look who is there. It will be the Maokai being ready to pick up this tower, but Mumu is waiting in the wings. They've got to be very careful about this. Tristana is going to finish off this turret. No, Janna manages to get the E slow, and Ahri is coming in for the ult. Manages to get an assist onto the Tristana. Tristana actually goes down to the Amumu, but does manage to pick up the Maokai. That will be Ahri going 4-0-1 in the mid lane. Nice roam down and very nice coordination from the team to execute that maneuver. So purple team, red team going for the dragon. Going to be Zed trying to stop them, will in fact get hit up. Fiora is going for the tower, not going to be able to do anything more. Actually gets killed from the Xin Zhao. Zed actually manages to kill the Ahri, but is still chasing, and I don't know how much else. Yeah, he actually gets hooked, does the Kog'Maw, gets flayed, and that will be a slow Kog'Maw after the flay, meaning that Kog'Maw will not be able to chase. Xin Zhao just patiently farming top lane. How have your guys saved then? Hope it was very good. I expect this match to be going for about 30 minutes. Be in it for fun, guys. Now, in fact, be blue team picking up the dragon once Zed has already pushed off purple team. Blue team knew it was up, taking the advantage, and are now going to be going in for the Kog'Maw. Actually, Kog'Maw manages to flash. Do not believe there's that much help on that tower though. They probably do the tower dive and taking the turret, and Kog'Maw's like, the flay lands onto the Kog'Maw, and at that point, if you keep going up to them, you deserve to keep getting hit by these flays. You are not respecting the flay, you are not respecting the hook, and you cannot rely on yourself. That would be Tristana killing Kog'Maw, and as I said, Ahri can kill anyone at this point. Also going to be now looking for the Thresh. Manages to find him. Tristana now going to be the target. Just get slown up, just get charmed, just get Orb Deception. Red buff is going to be enough from the Amumu, but will the Zed be enough to take down the Ahri? It does not appear so. He will try to engage onto the Amumu, will not get enough for the kill. Exciting game. Blue team about 2k in the lead now, and I do not expect this for us to just sit here and take some lane abuse. He will get quite a bit of damage down onto the Xin Zhao. but the Ahri will get obliterated by the Fiora ult. Fiora managed to escape with the health. Woo! Ahri did not respect the damage that could have came out from that Fiora. Fiora run away with the game now. Fiora is 7-1 compared to the 6-2 Ahri, who was just knocked out by the 7-1. Zed's having to flash even though he has been getting slowed. He did get exhausted, did get Zephyrs, just got stunned. Now will be Zed following Kog'Maw, getting a few auto attacks and Caustic Spiritual on towards the Fiora. But nothing much happens from there. Ooh, that is the ult. The charm onto the Maokai. Maokai just demolishes as if he was paper. It was a very clean kill. Deathfire Grasp used. Charm lands quite a bit of damage. I would not want to be the blue team right now. I don't really want to be the purple team either though, because this Fiora is doing quite a bit of damage, and therefore if I am going to be going up against this Fiora, I'd probably build a 4-mil. Even if I was the AD carry, I'd just build some sort of arm, because she now has the last whisper. She's going to be doing very close to true damage. They're going to actually back off in the mid lane now. Going to be looking for the buffs. Hook lands on towards the Xin Zhao. Flay does land, and that will be Tristana going for the Xin Zhao. But will Fresh be able to make a double Flay? Actually, that will just be Tristana getting obliterated. Rocket jump plus flash just to try and get away from somebody. And now that is going to be Fresh actually making us alive. Zed manages to get the death mark onto the Zhao, sorry. Both of them end up killing each other. Fiora picks off Ahri in the mid lane. That was a weird interaction. Probably helped him just as much. But Amumu is going to manage to find the Ahri. And it will be Kog'Maw that finishes off the Fresh, which is probably what they want. Oh my god. Moomba's gonna probably push in this bot lane. Probably push one more. Let the tower hit. Then I'll sleep. Whew. And then he will back. He's just going to continue to push in this lane. As I said, this is the most exciting option on the map right now, guys. So Tristana, they're going to be picking up all of her normal abilities there. She will be trying and failing miserably to catch up with that guy. Everyone at the moment just trying to get their lanes pushed. Get their jungle farmed. Now I want to quickly touch on some of the item builds. Ahri is going for a Zhonya's second item, which is very smart against the Zed. It will allow you to do most of the damage. That was a nice hook. It will allow you to do most of the damage while not taking that much in return, because your Zhonya's Everton. He tried to do it. Also, Kog'Maw not even finished his Trinity Force yet, 30 minutes into the game. Talisman popped, Flay popped, that is the hook, that is the stun. There is the Monsoon from the Janna, but that will be the parry from the Fiora coming out and saving the day. Purple team looks like they're going to be trying to force down mid, but that does mean the blue team will be going straight for the dragonfly, and now it is all about who can base who into what. That will be a massive dragonfly there. Maokai actually stealing the dragon. Fiora picking a kill. Oh, onto the Amumu. Zed actually manages to take down the Xin Zhao. Ahri manages to save her Zhonya's. Will not be enough though. Will be only the Kog'Maw standing on the team of purple. Everybody chasing him, trying to run back to his base. Heal comes out just to try and get onto him. The slippery ooze will come out from the Kog'Maw just to slow. And he will manage to actually escape. Ooh, the living artillery. Gonna be checking the brushes. Maokai taking 2 turret hits for free there. 3, 4, 5, 6. And that will be. Ooh. The Fiora almost went in on the Kog'Maw there. Did actually try then. Got baited fairly hard. And that might be what Purple Team needs just to get that quick little turnaround in. Thresh, will he try and land the hook? It will be ridiculously dangerous, but it might just work. Tristan, they're going to take the Thresh Express, while Purple Team combine from it again manages to miss every single skill onto that. Tristan are going to be picking up her own red buff there, and we're going to see a few pink wards going to be placed around the Baron Pierce. Thresh using his lantern to get vision of it, which will allow him to easily and clearly see and take out the pink wards. I don't know what the entirety of blue team is, well, purple team is doing there. I don't think it really needs 3 people to secure a single blue buff for the mid laner. For example, Zed just did the exact same himself, which I feel like that time could have been worked a bit better. But anyway, I'm not the one playing. They are. Hook onto the minion, going to be shortened by 3 seconds. Fiora might. Thought Fiora might have won in on that one, so Captain Shooting. Nothing interesting happening now. It looks like the flash hook will land onto the Kog'Maw. He goes in, the flay, the box goes down, the deathmark onto the Zed. Will not be enough. Well, it will be enough. The Fiora ult will take down the Janna. The Janna ult was used. Amumu will be going down. Ahri trying to do something. Will get Twisted Advance. And that will be a 4 for 2. 5 for 2. My mistake. Zed going in. And that will be at least an inhibitor for the blue team. If not a Nexus turret. There was an 8 seconds death timer just on the support. Another 7 before even the AZ carry comes up, but that will be the signal for blue team to back away. And that has got to put some confidence into the blue team. Whew. Taking it on, going 5 for 2, only using your top laner who went in because that's the type of champion she is. Very, very good. Now it's overall now stretching blue team's lead to 8,000. They've got 5 towers over them. I believe 2 or 3 dragons over purple team. And that will signal another 5 minutes of grace period. It looks like every team just pushing lanes, which is definitely a good thing. Double wards because yeah. With the Kog'Maw pushing in the bot lane, he's getting quite a bit of solo farm and experience, which I feel like is what he really needs at the moment. Someone about his intelligence, just telling him that it's all gonna be alright. Kog'Maw, Void Puppy, it's all gonna be alright, dude. You will win the game. Your daddy will be proud of you. So Thresh actually going to gank his own lane here. There will not be enough damage from the Kog'Maw. It's 3v1. It's a mastery of who, and it will go over to the Tristan. Zed not even getting an assist, even though Zed is coming down. 4 men mid from the blue team is either going to allow Palpatine to just focus straight down the middle, or it's going to allow blue to perform some crazy Monte Cristo like rotations. And that will be the second inner turret for Purple Team destroyed, allowing in-ways to the inhibitor turret, which will eventually fall. It might take a minute or two, but Blue Team super minions are going to be spawning and overpowering blue normal minions at this point, and that will cause Purple Team to go back. It's going to be a slight fight. It's actually Thresh taking quite a bit of damage, with Amumu just tanking the most of it. Zed getting exhausted in the fight. Nobody onto Kog'Maw. Never mind, Kog'Maw's dead. And that will be a 4-4-3. Tristana gonna end up not falling, but oh, the audacious charge was in the mid. Oh my god. So let's go over that 5 seconds. Let's try and go over it a bit slower, shall we? Whoa. Right. So in this fight, we see. Whoa, where are we? We see the Xin Zhao ult actually knocks back Maokai, and then the talisman is popped, allowing everybody to try and engage. Ahri tries to do some damage. Fiora ult activates, but Ahri does not allow it to go off. Allows herself to be Zhonyaed. Kog'Maw takes the rest of the Fiora ult, and that will be Fiora just basically annihilating everybody in the fight. Everybody else in the team grouping up for some stupid unbeknownst reason, and will allow the double kill because of the passive from Kog'Maw to pick up a double kill. Then in the mid lane, well, in mid right here, Xin Zhao goes for the audacious charge, but in the middle of the strike, just before the death, it is in fact going to be. Wait, what? Yeah, it's all in fact going to be. Jump to life. Wait, what? Did more fighting happen? Right. Blue team slay dragon, and apparently I missed more kills. So, oh, I've got this one. So, I think we might have missed kills, but oh well. What we've just proven there is Fiora is ridiculously powerful. Fiora can sway entire team fights just with her ultimate. So, Purple Team just need to catch out Fiora. Hook will land onto the Janna. He will go in. The flare use, and that will be Janna not being able to use her ult. But Maokai has gone seriously low. Has now just popped the ult. And Mumu ult already gone. Deathmark on to somebody I didn't actually see, and that will be Zed jumping back to his original shadow. And that will be Maokai falling, but it will be Ahri falling as well. Fiora double kill. Not after Ahri manages to kill the Zed as well as Maokai, but it will be the Tristan, the AD carry, and Fiora left up. So I feel like they can end it right here, right now, with the amount of attack damage that they have. Will Fiora be able to finish off Nexus? Janna is here to try and protect it. Monsoon actually used, but the hook will land onto the Janna. Janna will not be able to contain the Fiora. Fiora will take down the Nexus, meaning victory for the blue team at 29-59, not allowing it to go to that 30-minute mark, not allowing themselves to hit that 60 grand mark. 9 turrets to 1, a complete domination of a game, in my opinion. Very good game, very well played, and it just shows that even though Fiora not great in the current meta, picked against this Xin Zhao was able to do amazing wonders, and can show just how even an off-meta pick can sway a game entirely. And that's what I want you to take away from this game, guys. Even if it isn't played in World Championships, doesn't mean it's not good. For example, I main Annie mid. I haven't seen Annie mid in World Championships yet. Don't know if it's actually been played, but that is amazing versus a Zed. Try it out. Works wonders. I want to know what your slightly off meta main is in the comments below. I've been Gaffercake. You've been awesome. Peace.